So you need to hire people for a role in your team. However, things are a bit different now in that you may have to conduct the interview via video. Perhaps because of lockdown or more people working from home, or perhaps the way that we do business has changed and you're now considering talent from a wider geography. So is the process the same? Is there anything different that you need to consider? Well, stick around and make sure that you've got everything covered. If you are attending an interview as a candidate, you may want to check out our video here on attending a job interview via Zoom or video. You'll find the link in the description below. Ahoy, Bryce here from Bryter Training, and thanks for joining me in this video as I explore the topic of conducting a job interview via Zoom or video. If you haven't already, please remember to hit like and subscribe. It helps us know that we're on the right track and we really do appreciate all your support. So, I've put together 10 things that you should consider to ensure a positive experience for everyone involved. I do want to point out though that the interview process should be designed to set people up for success. It's not designed to find fault. It's designed to find the best fit, and as such, as a professional representative of the business, it's up to you to ensure that you learn how to conduct the interviews effectively and to make the experience positive. Like with all things leadership, you need to be accountable and focus on the experience of your team, in this case, your candidates. So consider the following elements and focus on a win-win outcome. So let's jump in. Number 1, create and communicate a clear process for attending the meeting. Put together a clear plan that can be sent to each candidate so that they know exactly what to expect and what to do if something goes wrong. It's what you should do anyway. If they were coming into the office for an interview, you would have sent them information on the address, how to get there, where to park, how to access the building, etc. So you would explain to them the timing, the people attending, and any other preparation they may need. With a video meeting, it's probably more important since you're expecting the candidate to know how to connect to your system and to use a program that they may not be familiar with and to adapt to your internal process. Simply put, communicate the process and technical requirements. Number 2, choose, install, and test the equipment beforehand. Consider a program that is easily accessible to everyone and that provides sufficient time, data, and functionality to do what you need. Consider if the candidate needs pre-approval to access your system, such as Microsoft Teams, if they need to set up a profile with a provider, or if they require a specific login detail. Ensure that this is all clearly communicated to the candidate in advance. Ideally, you should be providing a clear, well thought out instruction list for each candidate. While you may be familiar with your processes and software, it's not fair to expect everyone else to be if they haven't been trained. And I can't emphasize this enough. Simply sending a calendar invite with a link really isn't good enough. Explain what the process is once the link is clicked and any other instructions the candidate needs. Now, number 3, communicate all expectations. As well as providing all the instructions from step 1, ensure that you communicate what to expect in the interview itself, just like you would in an in-person interview. Send a clear email with the time, attendees, process, and what is required from them, how long they will need, a computer, microphone, internet connection, dress code, etc. So, number 4, set up a good interview space. You want the candidate to have a positive experience and also want to set them up for success. That means you need to ensure that they can clearly see and hear you. It's not appropriate to conduct a professional interview, take up people's time, and simply flip open a laptop while sitting on the lounge. Ensure that you can be clearly seen with adequate lighting and make sure that you can be clearly heard. Use a microphone and appropriate office setup. Conduct appropriate tests of your hardware and software to ensure that it is visually and audibly clear and professional. Again, you're a professional and a representative of the company. Invest in the minimum to put on a professional show. Some lights, a microphone, a decent space, you know what I mean. Number 5, be aware of your body language. Look at the camera occasionally to simulate eye contact. Be aware that your gestures are adjusted to fit within the frame of the camera and be conscious that you have less non-verbal cues to work with. So there needs to be more conscious focus on active listening and demonstrating attention via nods, smiles, and gestures. Sitting back and processing or thinking simply looks like a disinterested face on a camera without the whole picture you usually get in an interview. So be conscious of your presence. Number 6, dress professionally. If your company has a casual culture, then communicate that to the candidate. However, it's still a general sign of respect when someone takes the time out to meet with you to demonstrate appreciation by how you present yourself. Even if you're working from home, take the time to show appreciation to your candidate. And if you expect them to dress for success, then do the same. At the least, match the dress code you communicated to the candidate. However, leaders should make more of an effort. And at number 7, silence your phone, email, and messenger services. They can be distracting during the meeting and embarrassing or inappropriate if they pop up on the screen. Also, ensure that there is no chance of the next meeting using the same credentials, or you risk an overlap. I've seen everything from emails and instant messages popping up on the screen to cases where the next candidate dialed in to another candidate's meeting because the same link was used for all interviews. Number 8, be timely. Many software platforms have a waiting room for candidates. However, be respectful and ensure that you are logged in and good to go at the designated time. It reflects well on the company and also removes fear that something has gone wrong from the candidate's side. If the interview is scheduled for 9 a.m, there is little excuse to not be logged in on time, ready to start at exactly 9 a.m. Number 9, have a backup plan. If the internet drops out or there is another problem, have a plan to phone the candidate directly. If video meetings are difficult due to geography or infrastructure, you can also have the candidate record answers to questions and send them through to you. And remember, teleconferences worked just fine for the past couple of decades. And on this note, no matter how well prepared someone is, sometimes technology just simply fails. So if the candidate has technical difficulties, fall back to plan B, that you should have communicated earlier, or arrange for a follow-up meeting another time. Things sometimes just go wrong. Technical difficulties are rarely a reflection on the candidate themselves. At number 10, remember to smile. Without the micro-expressions and other non-verbal cues present in a physical meeting, the candidate will be looking for reassurance and wanting to build rapport. Sitting in front of a screen can be intimidating. Be sure to remain conscious of what you are communicating at all times. Ultimately, conducting an effective professional interview has many of the same requirements and considerations regardless of the medium. However, it's important to take the time to ensure the candidate is given the same support, direction, and guidance to ensure a successful virtual meeting as you would give them for a physical meeting. So take the time to understand your software, communicate a clear plan, provide the best environment for a clear communication, and set your candidate and business up for success. So I hope that helps. Please feel free to leave your own advice, experience, questions, or comments below to share with other viewers. And as always, reach out to us directly if you're interested in skills training for you or your team. Our contact details can be found in the description below. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.